There we go. Hello, everyone. Chief Meteorologist Joel Frisma in the dark. This is not a joke. I am in the dark tonight. We got a severe thunderstorm warning, and this is in the UP. Go ahead and go over the details on this one. This is part 1 coverage for today, August 9th now. It is 1:04 a.m. Eastern, and just past midnight Central Time. Go ahead and click on this warning real quick. The National Weather Service in Marquette has issued a severe thunderstorm warning for East Central Iron County, Northern Dickinson County, and West Central Marquette County and North Central Upper Michigan until 1:45 a.m., 12:45 a.m. Central. At 1:02 a.m. Eastern, 12:02 Central, a severe thunderstorm was located over Squaw Lake, or 60 miles northeast of Crystal Falls, moving southeast at 30 miles per hour. It is warned for 60-mile-per-hour winds and quarter-sized hail. Hail damage to vehicles is expected. Wind damage to roof, siding, and trees. Locations impacted include Squaw Lake, Witch Lake, Ralph, and Silver Lake near Channing. For protection, move to an interior room on the lowest floor of a building. Again, this is going to be 1-inch hail and 60-mile-per-hour winds. We're trading shifts here as Ryan has been up for a while. I know he's probably in the background listening, but he's here. Is your cam live, or are you just in the background? Okay. Yep. I am actually at my cottage right now, and so there's people sleeping around me, so I'm very, very quiet tonight and in the dark. So, kind of impromptu coverage here, but we're back and we're live for this one severe thunderstorm warning that is in the UP. Checking to see if everything's set up on the back end on... Okay, perfect, thank you. So the hail core on this, was watching it in multiple spots. There is a rather large core. Please give this to me. There we go, 3D scan. A very large core up to 30,000 feet within this entire cluster in 3 different spots. So technically this entire storm is producing perhaps 1-inch hail or larger anywhere where there's pink on radar. So there's cell 1, cell 2, and cell 3 back to back to back. This is staying over mainly rural portions of extreme southern Marquette County and northern Dickinson County. Includes places such as Fench River Road, Karen Lane. We also have the M95 corridor here in the vicinity of Channing itself. I believe Channing is outside of the warning, just to the south here. So north of Channing, south of Republic on M95. So where the heart of this severe thunderstorm warning is at. You can see there was also a special weather statement in effect previously, and now because there is a warning in effect, that takes precedent over the statement. So welcome in everyone for our late night crew. Feel free to hit that like button, and we'll be live here until this warning expires, which could be a little bit, as this is exhibiting a very strong hail core. ZDR, we'll go look at the strength of the storm, and you can see lots of reds out there. All of these reds are positively buoyant updrafts, and the storm is continuing to just show that over and over and over again. And that is going to be continuing off towards Northland, Princeton, pretty much other places in southern Marquette County, kind of traveling between Dickinson, Marquette, and maybe eventually heading south a little bit towards Menominee, and eventually over into Delta County as well. So that'll be over the next hour and a half as the storm rolls off to the east again, east-southeast, about 30 miles per hour. So welcome in. This is the only severe storm in the state. If we go ahead and check around to other places in Michigan, all of our daytime storms have fizzled out. So good news there. A little light shower action, perhaps some virga up here in northern lower. It's not really showing up on the radar around Gaylord, but it is showing up in the upper levels from Grand Rapids. So only storms right now: Upper Peninsula, Central Upper Peninsula, and there is more cells popping up down to the south. So we are going to be live here for a little bit Again, because this is late tonight with a low attendance, I guess you could say. It's going to be more of a personal stream. And I only have one monitor as well since I'm at the cottage, so I'll do my best to read off comments as they come in. Yes, go get your sleep, Brian. Everything's exciting. We might have more and more severe weather coverage coming today. Now it is Saturday. It depends on how big the squall line is going to be in the UP, but it could be an all-day sort of event later today. So a long night ahead. We've got our mods in here tonight. We've got Ben and Drew. Thank you guys for jumping in with us. My voice is again quiet because I am at the cottage and there are people sleeping around, so I've got to be quieter. I guess you could say this is somewhat ASMR like tonight, but I have no other choice. Night owls unite for sure. Drew's had a long day chasing up there in North Branch area, northeast lower. Good structure out there. If you guys have missed it, feel free to go head on over to our Facebook page and check out those posts from earlier today. Drew got a lot of good images. For those just tuning in, the severe warning is in the Upper Peninsula, north of Iron Mountain, near the Channing area for 60 mile/hour winds and 1-inch hail. The storm moving off to the east-southeast about 38 miles per hour. Anywhere where you see this orange box is the severe thunderstorm warning. Again, includes cities such as, or cities or locations such as Squaw Lake, Witch Lake, Ralph, and Silver Lake near Channing, not the Silver Lake in the Lower Peninsula. So keep that in mind. There could be a little bit of stronger gusts in there. I'm going to go ahead and switch over my storm motion vector here real quick to 95, 27, just to make sure this is correct. Yeah, there's a little bit of damaging winds in there. Again, this is warned for both winds and hail. Could be a little bit of a downburst right there, where the reds and greens kind of clump close together. You also have a secondary splotch right here in northern Dickinson County. So a couple areas just north of Channing, south of Republic right now that are exhibiting 60 mile per hour winds and 1-inch hail possible. More in the hail side of things, although correlation coefficient has started to decrease a little bit. Still, out of the abundance of caution, they went ahead and issued that severe thunderstorm warning. 3D slice on this. If it lets me do it. There we go. For some reason, it's glitching on me. Still a good hail core on this, up to about 30,000 feet. So a lot of hail perhaps tumbling around up there, but it is still rather elevated at the current time. So it's taking a little bit to hail itself out. If you live down towards Channing on M95, this could meander a little bit outside of the warning box, so you do want to be taking shelter perhaps as far down as where M95 meets up with, I believe this is M69 here. Yes, this is. So that is the intersection of M65 or M95 and M69. A tiny little town right here. I'll go ahead and get my maps out just to double check. Again, I do not have Radar Omega, so I can't check all the little tiny towns. Let's go ahead and zoom up here. This is going to be the tiny little town of Segola. So Channing is going to be the storm, like I figured, this city right here. I'm going to be wandering very close to Channing, maybe down as far south as Segola in the southern central UP. There is nothing else in the state right now. .60 mile per hour winds, 1-inch hail are the hazards for the severe thunderstorm warning. If you are in a tent Marquette, you're not cooked, I guess you could say. The storm is meandering a little bit to the south. Do want to be on alert for thunder and lightning, so when thunder roars, definitely want to be heading indoors. In the instance of tonight, again, there's a lot of instability out there. So if you hear thunder, definitely want to be packing it up or just jump into the car until the storm does go past. And that goes for anyone out here. In this warning box, actually at the end of the warning, it does say people in campgrounds should seek sturdy shelter until this storm passes. So kind of reiterating what the National Weather Service says, if you do hear thunder, go inside, especially if you're in this severe thunderstorm warning right now, you do want to be taking shelter. Storm kind of is just gaining more and more rain. We'll have to watch out for any quick spin-ups. The atmosphere is a little unstable out there. You could see more severe cellular behavior overnight. Not out of the question that we get an all hazards risk, but right now the current hazards are hail, followed by winds, followed by brief spin-up tornadoes. Yeah. I'm going to watch where these storms kind of collide here because some funkiness can happen. You can see there's one cell that's moving down from the northwest and a merger coming up that just formed in the last 3 scans from the southwest. When we have these storms collide like that, that could spell trouble, so we'll keep an eye on it. But again, nothing that really concerns me. We'll have to keep an eye on the next scan, which these scans, by the way, are they're about 6 minutes apart. So we gotta wait 6 minutes per scan tonight, which is a little unfortunate. But we'll make haste and make do with what we got. So next scan will be 1:20 a.m. Eastern, 12:20 Central Time. If you know anyone in the UP, Dickinson County, Marquette County, feel free to share the stream with them. If you don't know anybody up here, again, a like, it goes a long ways. You don't know who you're helping in the state. Could be helping someone that just might be, passing down a nearby highway. Again, it all helps the algorithm bump this stream out to your fellow Michiganders. So appreciate your guys' support. We'll be live until this warning expires. The current time, though, that is not the case. The hail core, the main hail cores, will be pretty much still on M95 right now, just north of Channing. Radar indicating perhaps upwards of 1-inch hail in that feeder cell. There's going to be this one right here that is circled on the screen. And this is about 2 miles to the east of M95 at the current time, directly over Forest Road. Very specific there. Forest Road near Big Wheels Road. Heading down towards Nature Drive. There's a couple of windy roads out there in northern Dickinson County. And this is going to be heading over towards Northland if it can continue to hold its strength. Not a whole lot of people in here tonight. That is okay. We'll shout out the super chats as they come in. Thank you to Quatch, EF0 membership. Thank you for becoming part of the team. Thank you for your support. Appreciate you very much. If again you would like to become also an honorary member of the team, feel free to hit that join button on our YouTube channel. Subscribing on YouTube is free to do, but joining the channel, you can join the channel for as low as, I believe, $2.99 a month. That helps support operations here at the Michigan Storm Chasers so we can continue to do these streams 24/7, 365 days a year. anxiously awaiting our next scan, which should be in the next minute or two. Not good when we have a merger. Keep an eye on it. Again, directly over Forest Road in Dickinson County, near Big Wheels Road. The storm has had a history of producing hail cores up to 40,000 feet. At the current time, those cells are now down below 30,000 feet, about 29,000 feet. They're still pretty tall up, or pretty far up. So pretty tall storms in general with hail core up to around 30,000 feet. So that's still going to be producing at least quarter-sized hail. And if there happens to be anyone that is living out underneath the severe thunderstorm warning and has hail reports to send in, can do so via our any page, honestly. Put it in any of our comment sections that are able to do so. So any one of our Facebook posts. And yeah, Facebook post, you can send them in on Messenger. I will say I'm not checking Messenger right now, so if you can, if you're watching, feel free to leave a text comment here in the stream where you're putting the hail reports, essentially. So whether that's going to be in a separate post or in our weather reports group, Michigan Weather Reports, that has just been tagged here in our YouTube chat. Again, type in Michigan Weather Reports on Facebook. It is a group you can join, and there you can place your hail reports. Make sure you are accurate with your time, your location, and because it's hail, an accurate measurement. So we should tell everyone to measure with a ruler or some sort of identifiable ball. So it's like a tennis ball, ping pong ball. Depends on the size of the hailstone, honestly, but a golf ball is a good standard, or ping pong ball. Those are usually common around people's houses. So good idea to compare it to an object if you don't have a ruler to measure your hail. Hopefully everyone had a great day out there today. Today was kind of my day off. Had a great one out there. Went out to the beach and was very, very close to a storm. However, those storms were able to kind of get they were maintained further inland because of the lake breeze out there. So again, let us know what all you guys did today. This is more of a personable stream as we cover this severe thunderstorm warning in the Upper Peninsula heading towards Northland and Foster City. I am still here lurking in the background, but I'm going ahead and loop this radar for y'all. See more showers continuing to pop up down into Iron Mountain. Keep an eye on these as well for hail producers. Current time, correlation coefficient is mainly staying in this reddish purplish tint, which again, as a reminder, we use this correlation coefficient radar for uniform versus non-uniform objects tumbling around the atmosphere. Raindrops and snow droplets are circular in nature, so they'll show up as this reddish pink or reddish purple. Anything that is still meteorological in sense but is more jagged and spiked is going to show up as kind of this, we'll go ahead and stop it here so you guys can see what's going on. This little cluster here of orange and yellow pixels, that is non-uniform meteorological objects. And in fact, the radar believes that there is 1.25 inch hail falling on M95 about a couple miles north of Channing right now. It's not completely accurate, but it is a good sense of what's happening out there based on our hail core, which is currently up to 30,000 feet on the storm. So again, would not be surprised if this is producing quarter-sized hail, which is why the warning is in effect. But it could be easily producing a ping pong ball-sized hail as well, which is 1.25 inches. Yes, we are live for every single warning in the state of Michigan. That has been our motto. We have not missed. So for those who are new here, Luke, not sure if you're new. If you are, welcome. We trade off shifts. We try to figure out who's going to stay up when. Ryan has been up all day today, so he's going to get some sleep for now. I kind of got the night shift, but we have not missed a single severe thunderstorm warning or tornado warning in the state of Michigan since the end of 2023. 2024 is when we start We really started doing this kind of full time, and we have not missed a warning since. So we're committed to keeping all 83 counties covered here in the state of Michigan. Yes, Darth Joel is running the stream tonight. Again, for those who are just tuning in, I am at my cottage tonight, and there are other people sleeping around me, so I'm talking a little bit more quieter, trying to be respectful for the people that are around me. And I'm also running on one monitor, so there's not really that many light sources on me right now, so keep that in mind. Just going to be kind of, if I fade back here, I'm just lurking in the shadows. Yes, if you guys have cool structure to share tonight within the lightning strikes, feel free to do so. Michigan Storm Community, as Julie mentions here on our YouTube chat. Michigan Storm Community, you can type that in on Facebook and feel free to join there. Make sure to answer those questions, by the way, when you join in. Those are important. Looks like our warning was just trimmed. Still some decent hail falling in this storm. It looks like it was trimmed from Iron County. So Iron County, you guys are in the clear. Remains in effect till 1:45 Eastern, 12:45 Central for Northern Dickinson and West Central Marquette counties for 60-mile-per-hour winds and a quarter-sized hail. So still maintaining that 1-inch diameter hail and 60-mile-per-hour winds. Yeah, if you would like to become a sponsor, Julie just linked it here in chat. It is michiganstormchasers.com / or wait, that's our list of sponsors. If you would like to become a sponsor, feel free to message Andrew or Ryan. Their emails are andrew@michiganstormchasers.com, or you can type in chandler@michiganstormchasers.com, CHANDLER, Andrew spelled ANDREW. And again, it's just @michiganstormchasers.com. Those are our guys to turn to if you would like to become an advertiser here at Michigan Storm Chasers. I see we got ST in here watching from Republic saying it's insane. I will not deny that. Especially, you guys are still outside of the storm in Republic. It depends on what side of town you're on, of course. The storm is mainly staying south of Republic. However, a lot of lightning out there tonight, so would not be surprised if it's a very loud one out there. And there are more cells developing off to the west, which are not currently warned or severe, but we'll continue to monitor those ones as well. There is a tiny little indicator here in the southern portion of Baraga County, south of Astoria, that says hail could be upwards of nickel size. So we could see a statement pop in on this one soon. This is the storm back off to the west, but the main cell right now is still in Dickinson County, again heading south away from Marquette County. However, because Marquette County is such a weird shape, it'll probably come back into Marquette County in this little peninsula near Northland. So that warning is for the southwest corner of Marquette County and not the southern peninsula, otherwise Dickinson County. Kind of your run-of-the-mill severe thunderstorm out there tonight, just all by itself. Because there's more rain being added to this mess, it's going to make it more of a slop soon. It'll still feed moisture into the storm. However, inflow is a concern. Again, when you have a lot of cells kind of choking it off in this vicinity, the atmosphere tends to get overworked in a way, and it uses up all the instability really, really quick. Again, our instability is our storm fuel for these storms. So Dickinson County right now has a big thunderstorm, and it picks up pretty much half or more than half of the county. It's going to use that fuel up fairly quickly, especially since those storms up to 50,000 feet. This storm will likely start to fall apart closer to 2 a.m. The warning is in effect until 1:45 Eastern, 12:45 Central. But yeah, after that, it will likely fall apart, or maybe even hand off to a cell that's further down south, where maybe it hasn't rained and stormed today in Wisconsin. So that is why we're seeing pop-up storms continue to pop up all the way down through Iron Mountain into Marinette County, Wisconsin. So we'll keep an eye on it. No problem. Yeah, we're also dealing with perhaps a low-end aurora chance tonight. We do have a decent amount of Upper Peninsula viewers in here tonight. Welcome in, everyone. Appreciate your views and staying weather aware. If you know anybody, friends or family as well, as downstream from this warning, which would be mainly in the Northland area, feel free to give them a call. Again, there's no tornado threat with this one at the current time that I am seeing. There is a decent bit of reds and greens out there. Again, we're looking at our velocity radar. Reds and greens close together can be concerning. However, I believe this is on the edge of the storm, so this is more of not a threat for rotation. If anything, it's broad. But we're, again, watching for downbursts, which are these little, you can call it like a little nub within the center of that storm where the winds are blowing down and out in all directions. So we have that, 6 mile per hour winds, and also correlation coefficient is picking up on a couple little different cores in here of some 1-inch hail. So Northland's going to be up next, otherwise the storm is passing through rural portions of northern Dickinson County at the current time. For those who are wondering, this is part 1 coverage for August 9th. We had 3 different live streams yesterday on August 8th due to separate thunderstorms. Also, if there are anyone in here, I will plug this real quick while we have a moment. Again, if you are along, this is going to be there's going to be US 41, yes. So US 41 from Michigami over to Champion, Ishpeming, we have more cells firing up back here off to the west. That'll continue to march down US 41 towards Ishpeming in the future. So we'll have to keep an eye out for a small hail threat and perhaps a gusty wind threat too. Again, it's going to be Republic towards Ishpeming within the next probably 45 minutes, maybe sooner. Obviously for Republic it's going to be sooner. Over towards Ishpeming, the National Weather Service, and Marquette, closer to about an hour from now. So, anyways, what I was going to say is, if we have any business owners in here that would like to not only, of course, sponsor us, but also put up a weather camera at your place, that's a whole separate thing. Ryan is the guy to talk to. Again, Ryan wasn't here at the beginning of the stream. He's our president here at Michigan Storm Chasers. He is the one that is kind of getting a camera network set up across the state for weather cameras. Right now we have about 30 of them installed, 30 or 32 of them, I think. So the camera network is growing really, really quickly. So a lot of people taking advantage of it. Again, if you want to become a camera sponsor, again, we would just put a camera. You have the opportunity to make it a 24/7 stream, so it would be posted on our YouTube channel. And again, we would display your business logo on the corner of that stream when it is going 24/7, as well as when we'll use it during our live streams here. So it's a good opportunity to get your business out there if you would like to. Feel no need to, but it is something that is an option. And I bring this up because in the UP we don't have any cameras right now. I will say that for certain. We don't have any cameras. We do have, I think, 2 or 3 locations that are proposed or planned. But other than that, we do not really have any locations. And again, they're all kind of spread out throughout the Upper Peninsula. So if that's something you guys would like to pursue, again, Ryan at michiganstormchasers.com is his email. But Ryan is not in here right now. He is getting caught up on sleep. If you are in the middle of the storm or in the path of the storm, the best place to take shelter is a sturdy structure. I see a couple of you guys in here in chat maybe camping tonight, whether that's right now or if you've tuned in and then tuned back out. If you are camping, obviously you do not want to be in a tent. A vehicle is going to give you, I know it's not the best place in the world, but a vehicle will be your best bet instead of a tent versus severe weather, essentially. A bathhouse can also be a good substitute. If it is, some bathhouses are well built, some of them aren't. Make sure that bathhouse is away from any trees, essentially. So give yourself some space. Make sure to protect your head at all costs for falling trees. But again, this is going to be mainly a hail threat. So you still want to protect your head no matter what if you are out in the elements, because hail can cause some greater harm and something called blunt force trauma. These storms, by the way, are very, very tall. 50,000 feet, pushing 51 to 52,000 feet. They could be taller because this storm is so close to the radar. The beam might actually be undershooting it, essentially. But this warning is going to expire in 10 minutes. We'll have to see if there is an extension coming from the National Weather Service in Marquette. So, by tuning into these streams, again, you are doing yourself a great service by staying weather aware, of course. We would love to have all the Michiganders united as one here watching this stream. So if you, again, we would like to spread the word via word of mouth, what we do here at Michigan Storm Chasers, again, going live for every single severe thunderstorm warning and tornado warning in the state from beginning to end. Again, we are the Michigan Storm Chasers. We would love to have more and more viewers so more people can be weather aware. That is why we do it. We make sure everyone is safe. No one wants to go through a storm in an outhouse, but there's always the final hole option. That is true. Desperate times call for desperate measures. If there was like a tornado coming through, definitely could jump down there. Again, you want to be the ideal thing is you do want to be below ground. So it might not be sanitary, but again, it's better than being out in the elements. It's gross, but it's true. You can always wash yourself up after the storm passes. Yeah, Austin, we have a couple of commuters, out-of-staters that follow us all the time here at Michigan Storm Chasers. A lot of our Facebook followers, they either work or live in Toledo, and they commute from Michigan or Ohio. And so that's one example. We have people that live on the Michigan-Indiana line, and we do have people that live on the Michigan-Wisconsin line as well. So, you live, you said a mile here into Wisconsin. Again, you can be an honorary Michigander, and because the weather is so close, we're always usually talking about the storms that are just across the border that could make an impact in Michigan. So we're glad to have you here, and yeah, we got you covered. Too bad we don't do this full-time in Wisconsin. It'd be pretty cool, but again, we are Michigan-based, and we also have an Indiana page, Indiana Weather Network. We are also the owners of Indiana Weather Online and Indiana Storm Chasing Network. So all three of those pages you can go ahead and follow if you are ever in Indiana or know anybody in Indiana. Now I'm going to go back to velocity here because I did notice in the last scan that it looked like the wind was picking up on the rear flank of the storm. Indeed it is. I'm going to double box this, try to figure out if this wind is more outside of the storm or in the center. So the back side is pushing down, and we have inflow coming in from the south. So not tight inflow or not tight rotation, but it is rather broad. It's something to keep in mind. This storm is continuing to sag a little bit further south. I think it's almost outside of the warning box at this current time. So Foster City and Northland do want to be on alert. This is going to be the M69 corridor to the east of M95. Will this make it to Iron Mountain? Again, you are getting some nice rain there in Iron Mountain. However, the severe storm is likely to stay to your north and east. Ishpeming. There's just some light rain in Ishpeming right now. However, there is a little bit of a hail core trying to have a trying to pop up, west of Republic. VIL, vertically integrated liquid. VIL, 4 on that storm, and it is just over Fence River Road near Smith Creek Road in the far northeast corner of Iron County. It's about 2 or 3 miles, well, probably more closer to 4 or 5 miles to the west of Republic. Radar indicates perhaps upwards of 0.6 inch diameter hail, which would be around marble size, so not too damaging, but you could see some of that, those white little marble sized hail balls falling from the sky within the next hour if the storm continued to maintain its strength. But again, I'll go switch over to VIL because this really goes to show you how impactful this storm is and how tall and wide the vertically integrated liquid product is showing the storm to be. Taking a 3D scan, the storm just won't quit. The hail core back up to around 32 to 33,000 feet. So if in Foster City and Northland, do want to be on alert. Interior room away from windows. Again, this might be some wind-driven hail falling. That will definitely shatter windows. You do not want to get that in your eye or your mouth or any really extremities at all. So definitely want to be inside into your room, lowest floor if possible. If you do not have a basement or interior room, bathroom's going to be your best bet in a bathtub because technically the edges of the bathtub are technically an extra set of walls. With that being said, you also need to protect yourself above by placing a mattress or a helmet on top of you. So again, we're not expecting anything in the way of tornadoes at the current time, but wind-driven hail can slam into your house and maybe go through some of the windows. So you do want to be taking your necessary precautions for larger hail. These storms are in the UP. And in fact, we just lost our severe thunderstorm warning, so they canceled it 5 minutes early here, despite the fact that there's still a hail core up to 30,000 feet. Maybe they'll extend it. Who knows? But nothing in the lower peninsula. I'm going to go ahead and read through our sponsors just to read them off again. We read them off. We shout out all our sponsors at every single stream. Again, we can't do it without our sponsors. If we didn't have sponsors, we would not be able to bring you 24/7, 365 days a year coverage when needed. So feel free to give these businesses your business. And again, I will mention this because the UP, we don't get a whole lot from our UP residents. We don't have really any business sponsors or camera sponsors in the UP. So untapped potential is the word I'm looking for here. If you would like to become a business sponsor or a camera sponsor with us at MSC, you can reach out to us. Just hit up our email, contact@michiganstormchasers.com, or again, our emails are Ryan for the cameras, Ryan@michiganstormchasers.com. Chandler and Andrew also take care of more of the business side of things as well. So yeah, again, if you'd like to become a sponsor, we do not have any Upper Peninsula sponsors, so keep that in mind as we roll through them here and give each of our sponsors our shout out. Yeah, unfortunately, it's not part 4 coverage today. Again, it changed over to August 9th when we went live for this stream. So, sponsors for the stream include StormGuard Roofing and Construction, that is based out of North Metro Detroit. We've got Lifestyle Exteriors, it's going to be based out of the Lansing and Traverse City area, multiple locations. We've got Katz Roofing and Siding, that is based out of Lansing and Potterville specifically. You got Pro Powder, and that is going to be based out of South Haven. New special weather statement coming in. We'll go over that in just a second. One second here. Next sponsor down, we got Mike Hayes Roofing and Siding, that's based out of Sanilac and St. Clair counties. McKay Tree Specialist, based out of Southeast Michigan. Kuiper Tree Care, based out of West Michigan. FBI Buildings for all of your barn-dominium needs across the Lower Peninsula. On Top Roofing, Livingston County. Schneider Commercial Building Solutions and Shield Public Adjusters, based out of Lansing. Top Gun Roofing and Exteriors, based out of West Michigan. A-Class Construction Restoration, based out of Mason County, that would be Ludington. Rainbow Restoration, based out of Kent County in Wyoming, the city of Wyoming. We got Rapid Radios. It is our #1 sponsor for all things Chasing Communications. Guardian Technologies for all of your security cam needs, located in Burton, Michigan. Feel free to donate to the Ronald McDonald House of Detroit and call the number on your screen there. Last 2 sponsors, American Arbor, based out of Southwest Michigan for all of your arborist needs. And lastly, Apex Restoration, based out of Grand Blanc. So new statement coming in. We'll go ahead and we're going to have to flip between radars because that'll be able to toggle our thing here. So this statement is in effect for winds in excess of 30 and half-inch hail. So they've really downgraded the storm now. The center of the cell is about 3 to 4 miles to the west of Northland, about 2 miles to the north of Felch. White Post Road. Gosh, there's really no roads out here. County Road 426. What else? There's literally nothing. Lot 2 tracks. 426 again mentioned. Norway Lake Truck Trail Road is also mentioned in here. So basically around Northland and points to the west for this special weather statement. Foster City, Northland included. We'll go ahead and read off the cities here. Locations impacted include Felch, Foster City, Northland, Hardwood, Ralph, and Arnold. Statement in effect until 2:30 in the morning. As Eastern time, not Central. Makes it tricky because half of this storm is in Central time, half the storm is in Eastern time. So it's something we have to deal with. We're good. Not looking for 91 degrees, South Michigan. Rain isn't due till Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, maybe more unless you've got any updates. Rain, I can't really tell you for the week ahead, but thunderstorms are possible through the end of this weekend, so Sunday. Monday, there could be some pop-ups as well, but right now we're still forecasting thunderstorms throughout the state today, which is now Saturday, and Sunday. So the ball keeps on moving on. Again, there's no warnings at the current time, and hail core wise, there's not a whole lot out there. We're looking at correlation coefficient, and we're looking for big splotches of yellows, greens, perhaps even some blues, and we're not seeing it. There's a little bit of clear air over Republic. If you switch over to base reflectivity, you can see that's right in a spot where there is no rain falling, so that is called clear air. But yeah, Northland is still in the path of this now weaker thunderstorm with a special weather statement for 30-mile-per-hour winds and half-inch hail. So I think we'll go ahead and roll the outro. It is possible we do see another warning pop up, but again, we're going to take some frequent breaks because Ryan has not slept, and I haven't slept actually, honestly, in probably 20 hours as well. So take some time to kind of trade back and forth here, and we'll be back. Just make sure I'm not missing anything behind the scenes. I do got to post that special weather statement. I forgot about that. Go ahead and get that real quick. Got a special weather statement in effect for half-inch hail, which is 0.5 inches in diameter. You need a severe warning. For a severe thunderstorm warning, you need 1-inch hail. So this is halfway there. It's just a strong thunderstorm and not a severe. Still, you do want to be taking necessary precautions inside, away from windows, if you are in this new special weather statement. In effect till 1:30 a.m. Eastern Time. But no weather cameras up here to kind of show off for the storm. If you do have some good lightning shots you'd like to share with us, if you have a Facebook page, type in Michigan Weather Reports on Facebook. There's a group you can join. Additionally, you can follow us on Facebook, Michigan Storm Chasers. We have like 465,000 followers now, closing quickly in on 500,000 of you guys. So feel free to follow us there and post your photos of lightning in the comments. As always, this has probably been repeated so many times a day, but we always say it at the end of every stream. And this is important to know for those who might have friends or family that don't really have social media. We are live on multiple platforms. So we're live on Facebook, of course. Technically need a Facebook account to watch. You can kind of get around it, but it is tricky. We are live on Twitch TV and X and, of course, the best, YouTube. And again, YouTube, you do not need an account. You can sign in as a guest, and you can still watch any videos. So feel free to follow us on Facebook, YouTube, X, or Twitch, to get all the latest updates. So I'm gonna roll the outro. I'm gonna take one last quick look at this storm. The storm cluster correlation coefficient is the radar we'll look at right here real quick. Again, anywhere you see these reds and pink or purplish hue, that is uniform objects tumbling around in the atmosphere. So that is rain and snow. Not a whole lot in terms of hail falling, which is going to be orange down to the cooler colors. So again, I'm Chief Meteorologist Joel Fritz, but I'm going to sign off for now. I'm going to get the stream. I'm going to keep this stream set up in the background, so in case I need to jump back in live, we'll go ahead and run the intro again. And yeah, we'll be back live. So thank you guys for tuning in for the short little severe thunderstorm warning in Dickinson, Iron, and Marquette counties. Again, hit that follow button on the way out and the like button as well, and we'll be back for part 5 coverage, or well, technically part 2 coverage for August 9th later today. So, most likely. Also, shout out to our mods who are also staying up late with us tonight. Appreciate you guys very much. But again, I'm going to head off, and I'm going to roll the outro music, which is very heavenly. And we'll catch you next time here at Michigan Storm Chasers. Have a great night, everyone. If we don't see you later, and if we do, stay tuned for more.